Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. Friends, it is October the 29th, 2020, and today we're going to talk about unconditional love. Unconditional love, y'all. Let's just go and get into it, y'all. Here we go. John 3:16. It says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only son, and whoever believes in him should not perish, but have eternal life." I know that's a well-known verse. Even the little children, they can recite that verse, right? But do we really know what that means? Like, do we really can we really fathom what that means? I don't know if we can. I think we can understand to the best of our abilities, but I don't think we really either acknowledge that or how can I say? Maybe we don't even fully understand it, honestly. What a sacrifice that was. I know, again, the whole debate, the whole, because it says son so much and differentiating God and Jesus, but understanding God is Jesus and all of that. I don't know where everyone is on their spiritual walk. So, I understand that concept is hard to fully grasp and understand. But either way you look at it, the sacrifice is great. Like, if you think, okay, for example, I'm God and I gave my son, that's a huge sacrifice for a parent to do. But then when you think about that Jesus is God, it's like I came down in the flesh to sacrifice myself for all of you. Either way you look at it, that's a huge sacrifice and a huge deal, a big thing, I guess, when you really start to think about it. But I don't know, I guess I wonder if we really understood it, would we live differently, or would we be more appreciative of all the grace and mercy that God bestows upon us every single day? I don't know, but just something that I wonder as I read this verse and as I think about this idea of unconditional love. I guess before I go on into these next verses, I guess I'll go ahead and share with you all, I guess, a testimony or something, or just something I'm noticing in my own life. Now, I know I talk about this mysterious husband of mine. I know I talk about him a whole lot, right? It's just okay, and even though maybe I'm about to share some stuff, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't think it'll be TMI, or I don't think it'll be crossing the line or something like that, to share. Because at the end of the day, I say all this stuff to him. Like, things that I tell y'all, I tell him. So, it ain't. But anyway, our relationship it's awesome, but it's also confusing to me at times. If that makes any sense. Because he's very, I guess I would say, laid back, and then me, I can be a bit, you know what I think it is? I think for me, I just want to make sure that, my thoughts are heard, or that like I'm not holding back when it comes to like my thoughts or my desires or my whatever, and so I try to be an open book, and he allows me to be an open book, and I feel like he listens to me. But then there's a lot of times where either I don't get feedback back, or it's like he just listens and then that'll be it. And I'm just like, do you have anything to add? And sometimes he adds, whatever his commentary is, but it's not like it goes into depth, or it's not like this ongoing soliloquy or whatever that I might give or something like that. And it's interesting to communicate with him in this way, because then it's like, okay, so are you really listening, or am I just talking to a brick wall? Or which at the same time too, I'm like, well, ooh, Lord. Well, y'all know well, I would just say really quickly, or really like, because I know I got to talk to you guys about this stuff at least at some point. But anyway, unfortunately, y'all saw the power. But I guess the fortunate thing is none of this stuff is plugged up right now. Oh, except for probably the Wi-Fi. Oh no. Except for the Wi-Fi. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, well, maybe I shouldn't talk about that, what I was about to talk about. But, I mean, I guess I shared that story about my husband to say, like, at the end of the day, sometimes I feel like it's like his, because I know at times I'm like, has your feelings changed about me, or like stuff like that, and I mean, I guess it's obvious that they haven't, I guess at the end of the day, it kind of just shows me, like, no matter what I may feel, or I may assume, or whatever, it's like it doesn't, like, all the things that I thought that either I should do to gain his love or whatever, it's like it doesn't, those things don't really matter to him. Like, I know I shared a whole lot to get to that point. So maybe that was TMI, but I don't know. But yeah, it's like, so here I am, I'll be over here like kind of wondering, or like, does he feel this, does he feel that, I don't know, whatever. But then he's on the other end like, I love you regardless. You know what I mean? Or this or that or whatever. So, and it's interesting to accept that type of love. I guess honestly that's why I'm sharing this with you guys. Again, I know it might be TMI. Sorry, hubby. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not really giving any details either. So that's the thing. I know y'all probably confused, but yeah, it's just, like I said, it's just interesting to truly be loved by somebody, and this is just the earthly form, right? To be loved by somebody that really doesn't want anything from me, if that makes any sense. Like, it doesn't really, it's like he doesn't really want anything in particular, doesn't really expect anything of me as a wife. You know what I mean? It's not like there's some expectation that he's putting on me or something like that. And in my mind, and I don't know if it's just the way I was raised or whatever the case is, but it's just like, you think that men want this, men want that, I need to be like this, I need to be like that. He don't care about none of that. He don't really care about none of that stuff. And it's, I say awkward. And then sometimes I am trying to talk about whatever it is, and then he's like, okay, you know what I mean? But it's like, it doesn't change how he feels about me, if that makes any sense. So I say all that to say, how more so is that for us and God. The fact that he loves us regardless. The fact that, we fall short every day, but then he just loves us regardless of it and gives us so much grace and mercy regardless of it. But let me get to the Bible so y'all know I ain't just saying something right here. We go. Romans 5:8 says, but God shows his love for us while we were sin. Well, let me read the actual verse and let me stop. Here we go. Romans 5:8 says, but God shows his love for us, and while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. There you go. Like that, again, a better example than mine. I should just stuck to the Bible. But I guess I was trying to show you guys a way that I feel like I'm seeing this in my natural life. The way I feel like maybe like a small smidget of a example of God. Cause it's so weird, y'all. Like, and I tell him this too. So it's like, that's why I'm freely telling you guys that it's like a weird thing. It's just like, what do you want from me? I'm here to, whatever you want and need, husband. And he's like, I just love you. I guess he just needs my presence or something. But that's it. Like that. There's nothing else that he expects. Or seem to expect, at least for a little. I don't know. Maybe things gonna start changing now that I done said it on the podcast. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, more Bible for y'all. 1 John 4:8 says, anyone who does not love does not know God, because God is love. Like, honestly, reading these verses, I guess I'll put this in the go deeper section for us today, because I did not do it for you. But for me, it really, really made me want to define love. Because, again, I just feel like our perspective is very limited. But so obviously we can go look up the definition. But it's just something to keep in mind, y'all. Say, if you do not know God. If you don't love, you don't know God. 1 John 4:18 says, there is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, for fear has to do with punishment, and whoever fears has not been perfected in love. Just something else to let marinate today, y'all. No fear in love. Do I have fear in my love? Like, is that why I'm over here questioning or asking all these random questions that really don't make no difference to nobody? I don't know. Because I'm stepping on my own toes today. But anyway, 1 John 3:16 says, by this we know love, that he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brothers. Man, there you go. Like I said, either way you look at it, if you look at it like, Jesus as the Son of God, or if you look at Jesus as God in the flesh, which is that verse kind of confirms that concept of it. But yeah, man, laying down your lives for your friends, the ultimate sacrifice, the ultimate love. I don't know, y'all. That's just something to let marinate today. These are the examples of unconditional love that the Bible has to give. And, I hope it encourages you to hear that today. That regardless of whatever you do, God loves you. God is just standing there with his arms open wide, and the door is always open to you. It's up to you, though. It's up to you to bask in that love. That's something me and hubby say all the time. Like, bask in it. But yeah, which I guess I perhaps should do, instead of just asking all these random questions or feeling some kind of way because I'm expecting him to expect whatever of me, but I don't know. Like I said, that's weird. That's the weirdest thing, or the most interesting observation I've made in my own, marriage and relationship and stuff. But I hope it encouraged you to hear that. But anyway, the Bible verse of today is Psalms 27:1. It says, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?" Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. I know I just did my wrap up. I know. However, I want to at least acknowledge that today, the film Strip, yes, my first lead role in a feature film, is being released through the film festival today. So yes, today through Sunday, you can go and watch the film. You have to purchase the feature film category ticket, and you can watch our film alongside the other films that are showing in that category. And if you decide to watch it, friends, what I hope and pray that you all do is, take a photo, and maybe you sitting on the couch with popcorn or something, I don't know, take a photo and just tag me, Actress Miracle Sims. Give me a little shout out. I'd love to see you do that on social media. And then, anybody who does that, I'll put it into a raffle, and then I'll, see if I can get y'all like a little gift, or send out a little gift to you. And also, if you're in the Atlanta area, tomorrow I'm having my screening party. Now, I know y'all probably hear this storm going on outside today, so hopefully things will look a bit better tomorrow. The forecast says that it will, but you never know. But I pray it does, because, a lot of planning and stuff went into this little shindig, and I'm excited about it. So I hope we can, go ahead and do it and pull it together. Thank you to anyone that already has purchased tickets for it. I'm looking forward to seeing you all there. For those of you all that want to come and everything like that, then by all means, go check out any of my social media pages. You should see a link to the Eventbrite page. Or if you go to the Eventbrite, you can see, I think you should be able to search Strip private screening or something like that, and you guys can see. Shout out to my, to the rest of the cast and the crew, to the director. I don't know if you guys actually hear this or see this, or whatever the case is, but shout out to you guys, man. It was an amazing cast, an amazing crew. The directress, or the director, O'Sheridan, she such an inspiration to me, and she got this thing together, and here we are now being featured in the film festival, and it's exciting. It's an exciting thing. I believe they had a screening in Brooklyn yesterday, so shout out to them. I did get a chance to chit chat with them for a brief second. So they seem to enjoy it, or, seem to all be proud of the work, and I'm glad to see and hear that. I wish they would share some pictures, but I don't know if they even took any or whatever the case is. Now, see, if I was there, we would have had some type of documentation. But I had already planned to do my shindig, and so it was like cutting it close to try to go and do both. Especially now with COVID, and then, me being a mom and all that. So anyway, but yeah, shout out to everyone that was involved, and, accomplishment for all of us, y'all. Cheers, cheers, cheers. All right, y'all. Well, I will let you guys go. Thank you again for listening or watching, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. Thank you all for listening and watching God, Sex, and Love, the daily dose of inspiration and juice. And I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Everyone is stuck at home, but life is still happening around us every day. Birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, and celebrations. Send your friends and family the gift of wine from the comforts of home. Wine shop at home with Miracle of Wine. wine, gift baskets, wine accessories, and more at miracleofwine.com.